again.
So I work, as I said, at Spatie, and we used to generally build smaller or medium-sized websites, but we've kind of moved on to bigger projects. And before, it was easy enough for us to just, we're going to make a project, have a to-do list, and just go over the to-do list on GitHub or Basecamp or whatever, and we could complete the project. But bigger projects are moving targets, so like deadlines change, stakeholders change their mind, so we kind of need better ways to prioritize the work we're going to do. So I want to share 4 things I've learned to help prioritize both work on like a project level or for your personal self. So I hope there are a few useful things in here. So first thing is measuring impact versus effort. This is something I like to do a lot. You might have seen impact effort diagrams in the past before. So on the x-axis you have effort, and on the y-axis impact. So if you have a task that requires a lot of effort but only yields a small amount of impact actually, then it's probably not worth pursuing. While something that doesn't require a lot of effort but yields a big impact is something you want to focus on. So as effort increases, the risk of completing the task also kind of increases. So something that requires a lot of effort but yields a high impact is something that you should think twice before doing. So I've never actually built a diagram like this myself, but it's just something I keep in the back of my mind every time I'm going to start a task. Like, is the effort I'm going to put in this task worth the impact it's going to give back? And even after you've started the task, it's worth thinking every time you're about to build a small part of it to think, can I change anything about in the requirements or whatever to make it a bit easier to do while maintaining the same impact? So second is kind of related, is sometimes it's hard to measure the effort something is going to take. So what I like to do is say, okay, for something small, I'm just going to work on it for an hour, or for something bigger, just work on it for like a day. Just get started, and after the set time is finished, you stop and evaluate, okay, was I really able to move forward? Then it's worth pursuing further. But if you didn't really get much out of the time you set, then maybe you should look into working on something else instead to be something more productive. So next one is stick true to design principles. Before you start a project or when you're doing a project, try to set a few principles to follow. For example, every single user interaction in this application needs to be fast. Or even better if it's measurable, like every interaction needs to be under 300 milliseconds. If you can't complete a task without sticking true to this principle, then you should probably find a different solution to the problem. This can help you prioritize work, and it also helps you creating a more coherent product. Lastly, this one is very obvious, but it's easily forgotten, is make decisions based on real data. For example, analytics from your application, or if you don't have analytics, maybe just doing a database query, you can see like which users are using which features, and try to use this data to decide what you want to reiterate on, or what features your project is missing, or what needs more attention. Thank you.